Namaste everyone. Thank you for watching this video. So I got I had got a few messages in my Facebook inbox and in my WhatsApp asking me to make a video on why your prayers and why certain rituals that you do they don't work. Okay, so this was a long pending issue. Okay, I had been asked or I've been approached by many people, as I said, to make a video on this topic. So here it is. And before we begin, kindly subscribe to this channel. And if you want a consultation regarding your chart, or if you want a discussion regarding your chart, or any issue that you are facing, then you are free to ping me at the given number in the description box. Okay, so let's begin this thing. So we are a country which is very, very religious. Okay, so I don't only mean that this video is not only for people who are following Hinduism. This video is for everyone. You may belong to a different faith, but then we are a deeply religious country. No matter whichever religion you follow, we are a deeply religious civilization. But then most of the times we see that our prayers, then we get rituals done either by ourselves. We do pujas. Some people, they do pujas themselves. Some people find others to do pujas for them. Okay, some rituals, tantric rituals, of course, they cannot be done by people themselves. They find tantrics to get it done for them. But then what happens most of the times is that those rituals, they, even after getting them done, those rituals, they don't seem to work. They don't really seem to show much effect. The conditions remain the same. Okay. And sometimes what happens, the conditions even get worsened. Whatever was there before doing the ritual, if a ritual is done to improve certain conditions, the condition actually worsens after the ritual gets done. So why does that happen? Okay, it's a very important question. People don't really address it. But let's look at a few, things that why it does happen. And I'll also tell you how to ensure that your prayers and rituals, they are reaching the divine. Okay. So the first principle in understanding this is that, if your subconscious is blocked, okay, if your subconscious is, having certain roadblocks, then your prayers, your rituals, your petitions to the divine, it will not reach the divine. It will never reach the divine. Okay, so before starting any new ritual, before starting any new mantra, before doing any new prayer, please ensure that your subconscious is unblocked. Okay, and how do you unblock your subconscious? You have to allow yourself. Okay, you have to allow yourself. You have to suspend your disbelief and allow yourself that to believe that whatever you are asking for is possible. Okay, and suspending your disbelief is not a big thing to do. We do it every day. Right, we do it every day whenever we are watching television, or suppose we're watching a sci-fi movie, or suppose you're watching a film. We usually, whenever we go to to a cinema hall or to the theater to watch a film, we usually suspend our disbelief and we sit through the movie for whatever length of the time the movie runs. So I'm asking you to do the same thing. You have to suspend your disbelief and you have to believe that you are worthy to get it. Okay, and most people, they have a subconscious blockage of not being worthy enough. Okay, so for example, you are doing a ritual for getting a new house, and then subconsciously, if you feel that you are not worthy enough to get that house, or if you don't deserve to stay in that house, then obviously that ritual is not going to work. Okay, so that is the first thing, right? Whatever you are praying for, you must believe that you deserve that thing to come to you. Okay, the thing deserves to be with you. Suppose you are paying for suppose you are praying for a promotion, and then subconsciously, if you believe that you are not worthy enough than your competitors, or if you believe that you are not worthy enough to be considered by your boss for a promotion, for a hike, or whatever that is, then that ritual is not going to work. Okay, so that is the first principle. You have to believe that you are worthy enough of all the things that you are praying for, of all the things that you are asking from the divine. Next principle is that you have to believe that the next principle that I'm saying is that you need to have a definite intention behind that ritual. Okay, there should be a very clear intention as to why you are doing that ritual. Okay, and the easiest way to ensure that the intention is correct is to modify it in a way that it gives others more than it gives yourself. Okay, for example, suppose just putting you an example, just giving you an example. For example, suppose you want a hike in your salary, and you are about to approach your boss, and then someone has recommended you a mantra. Someone has given you a mantra to to do this mantra, and your boss will give you the promotion. Your boss will give you the hike. But then it also matters what your intention is. Okay, so that intention should be for collective good. It should not be for individual good. Okay, it should be for collective good. For example, suppose you are wanting a hike, then you should not have intention that you should not have an intention that, okay, I want this hike for myself. Your intention will be that, okay, I want this hike so that I can give a better life to my family. Maybe I can give better schooling to my children, or maybe I can give some wonderful gifts to my spouse, or maybe I can make my parents life comfortable. Okay, so why you are seeking that hike, the intention behind that, in this example, as we are considering this hike in salary, this hike in your job role. So that intention behind seeking the hike has to be more collective in nature rather than more individualistic. Okay, so suppose you are asking for a new car, then don't have that intention that, okay, I want this new car to be happy. No, have that intention in a way that I want this new car because it will make the life of my children more comfortable, because it will make the life of my parents more comfortable, because if I have this new car, it will ensure that I can spend more time with my family, rather than spending too much time on public transport. So this intention of wanting more for others than you want more for yourself is very, very important. So this is the second principle. Okay, then the third principle, which is again very important: be an appreciator. Okay, in every moment of your life. Okay, look for something to appreciate wherever you go. Okay, there is this class of people who are looking to get offended at the slightest opportunity. Don't be one of those people. Okay, be an appreciator regarding whatever you do, right? We always have a habit of of being cranky of whatever, regarding whatever goes wrong. Suppose someone has prepared food for you, your mother has prepared food for you, your wife has prepared food for you, and then there is no salt in the food, or maybe there is a less quantity of salt in the food. We always say, there is no salt, right? This food is not tasty, right? But what happens when the food is tasty? We don't appreciate that. So this is a shift that you need to make in your perspective. Okay, be appreciative of whatever is there in your life, right? For example, again, I'll just give you an example of me trying to pray for this car, right? So if you're praying for this car, be appreciative of the fact that you have though you are at least having the money to travel in public transport. Okay, don't go about your daily business always offended that, oh my god, today I have to take this public transport, it is going to take me 1 hour to reach my office, and then I'll have to stand amidst all these passengers in the heat, right? So I'll be my clothes will get dirty and things like that. No, don't get offended by these things. Be appreciative of the fact that at least I am having the money. I'm having the money to travel in public transport. I'm having the money to eat something on my way. I'm having the money to have lunch. So once you start appreciating these little things in life, right, the big things that you are asking for, that you are praying for, will always show up. They will show up. Okay, so be an appreciator. Don't be a complaint box wherever you go. Okay, and even if you encounter something which is not according to your liking, right, don't say anything about it. Okay, don't speak anything about it. Fair enough, if you don't like it, don't go there, right? If you don't like a person, don't hang around with that person. But you don't have to, you don't like if you don't like a person, or if you don't like how a person is, or how a person conducts himself or herself, don't go around telling 10 other people that why you don't like that person, or why that person is doing a lot of doing a lot of injustice to yourself or to himself. Okay, don't go and complain about, suppose you don't like a place, then don't go to 10 people and complain that why this place is not good. If you don't like your food, suppose your spouse has prepared food at home and you don't like it, don't go to your office and complain to your friends that or your colleagues that my spouse does not know how to prepare food, or there was no salt in the food today, right? Rather be appreciative of the fact that at least she is taking the time out to prepare food for you. Be appreciative of the fact that you are at least getting food when millions and millions are there who have to sleep hungry on an empty stomach. Okay, so being appreciative is it's very, very important. Okay, then the next thing, right, the next reason why the next way to to make your prayers, to make your rituals work, is that you have to identify and you have to understand resistance. Okay, and what is resistance? What do I mean by resistance? Every thought of anger, okay, every thought of judgment regarding others, against others, every unkind act that you do, okay, every feeling of lack, right, every feeling of lack, okay, every thought that this mantra is not going to work for me. I'm doing this mantra for so many days, it has not shown results, it's not going to work for me now, it'll not go work for me forever. It is resistance. Okay, understand this resistance. Understand this resistance is not going to bring you anything. Okay, you have to you have to, if you, right now I'm speaking to you, and if if you think that all this is bullshit, it's absolutely true. If you think all this is a piece of crap, whatever he's saying in this video is a piece of crap, it'll become absolutely true for you, because then you are resisting yourself, you're resisting your subconscious, which will actually create more blocks than you can ever imagine. Okay, so to ensure that your prayers and your rituals work, you have to know what is resistance, right? Every thought of anger, that why this thing is not happening, I'm doing this mantra for so many days, I'm doing this, I've paid so much money to get this ritual done, I've done this remedy for so many days, but I'm still not getting whatever I want. This is resistance. Okay, every unkind thought that you have towards others, right, it is resistance. Okay, the next thing that I would like to share, or that I'd like to tell you for making your rituals work, is to be kind. Okay, show kindness to everyone, whoever you meet, in whatever little way is possible. Okay, for example, suppose you are waiting at a traffic, and then some child beggar comes to you and asks for something. Instead of giving money, maybe carry a few toffees along and give those toffees to the little children, right? Suppose you see a beggar every day while you're on your way to work, you carry you carry some food for that beggar and give it to him or her. That'll make her happy. Okay, suppose you see an old man traveling in a bus, try paying the fare for that, for that journey. Suppose you're going to have food in a restaurant, you see a homeless guy standing in front of the restaurant, try to buy some food for that guy as well, apart from having whatever you want from the restaurant. So this is, these random acts of kindness will actually ensure that the money starts flowing in. Okay, whatever you are wishing for, it starts coming into your life. Okay, and finally, this is I just saved this thing for the last. The final, the final thing that will ensure that your prayers and rituals will work is that you will not hold any sort of grudge or contempt against yourself or any of God's creation. Okay, so this is something that is very, very important to understand. Don't hold any contempt towards yourself. You may have taken a very bad decision, right? You may have taken a bad decision and now you are suffering for it. Maybe your father has taken a few difficult decisions and the whole family is suffering from it. Maybe your mother did something that she should not have done and now your entire family is suffering from it. So whatever those things are, understand that those things are a thing of the past and they don't impact you anymore. Learn from the past. It's very, very important that we learn from the past. But to hold contempt or to hold grudge against others for for doing something in the past has no bearing for you in the present. Okay, never have any contempt against yourself. Not having contempt against yourself is very, very important. Don't have contempt against your friends. Your friend might have done something which was not very which was not very appreciative according to you, but you don't have to hold any contempt or any grudge against that person. Okay, your father might have said something to you, your spouse may have said something to you while coming to work, or while going, while you're about to leave your work, your spouse might have said some unkind words to you, but you'll not hold any kind of contempt, because once you start having contempt, you'll start to judge. And when you start to judge, then this divine source of creation, which we call as God or universe or Allah or Jesus or Rama or Krishna, whatever it is, that universal source will stop supplying abundance to you. Okay, that universal source will ensure that your mantras will never become successful, right? So never hold any sort of contempt, never hold any sort of grudge against yourself or against anyone that you know. Okay, and it is not only for living human beings, it's also for animals. Suppose a dog is barking at you while while you leave for office. Don't just go and abuse that dog. Don't just go and abuse that owner. Suppose there is a stinking garbage dump near your house. Don't just abuse the other people who are using that garbage dump. Instead, make an effort to clean it so that you don't have to see that see that garbage dump anymore while going to work. Okay, so that's it from my end, right? So I hope you enjoy this video. Kindly share the content with your like-minded friends, and I'll see you soon with another video. Om Gurave Namaha.